Okay, so in this video what we are going to do, we are going to retrieve the result for all countries and insert it into our target table. Okay, so far what we have done, we have our data source, we have our script which is actually going to get the result for one country, specifically here India. It's going to call the flow designer action, get the output, and we're going to run a loop on the country summary array to get the values. We store it in particular variables, and then we are creating a map object which will be useful for us in order to insert all the data into our staging table. Okay, this entire script, this is what is doing, this entire script. So now how we can have the same thing for all countries? Quite simple. We have to loop the entire script. Okay, we have to repeat for all countries. So we have India, we have to do for all other countries in the same way. So for that, what I'm going to do is to create an array. So as we have an array for example a country summary array which has the response and where we are looping to get the result for each day, we're going to have similarly another array which is going to be countries array, where we will have all the countries. Okay, so that variable, we will have it in the top of the script, and then we are creating a loop which is actually going to loop the entire script. Okay, and then it will change the value of the input. Okay, it will have the first country, the second country, third country, fourth country, and then it will go until the end of the array. Okay, so let's do that. So here I'm going to basically create an array. So it's going to be var countries array. So I have it here in my file here, all the countries. I'm gonna just copy paste that one directly into the code. Okay, so we have here all our countries and it's in the countries array, and at this point what we need is to create a for loop which is going to repeat the code that we have, the entire code that we have below, and we're going to repeat the code. Okay, so I'm creating here var a equal to 0, a inferior to countries dot length, so it's going to loop for the entire length that we have for the countries array, and then a plus plus. Okay, for each iteration we are going to change the value. The way we change the value, basically we're going to replace here for example India by countries A. So let me just finish here the loop. So I close the loop, and then we are going to just delete India, and then we are going to put countries and then A. Okay, that's all we need to do, and that's it. So this is our code, and we can test this code to see if it is going to work or not. So we can directly click on load all records to see what's going to happen. So it's going to run the loop for each countries, and it is going to insert records for each countries one by one. Okay, there is for each country it is calling the flow designer action. It is not putting the data in a bulk. That's the advantage here. So if you do that in flow designer, if you are creating a loop there, it's going to fail. And if you repeat multiple requests also in flow designer, it's going to fail. The best option is to have the code created right here in our data source. So it's still running. So we have kind of a big amount of data here. So I guess here it's around 13,000 records. You can see that. So we have a successful import set. Now we can run the transform map and load the data that we have in our staging table directly to our COVID-19 case table. Okay, to our target table. So let's click on transform, you can see here we have our import set, and make sure that you have the right transform map on the right side. It is you have the one here, get historical data import transform map, and click on transform. So it's going to take a little bit some time here, and this is like the moment of truth, if it is going to work or not. Okay, so we have a successful message here. We have inserted all the data into our target table here, so we can check by clicking on the table COVID-19 cases. So click on show list. Here we go, we have all the data in our table, and you can notice as well that we have the same date that we have in the date field, created field, and updated field. These are past date. Thank you for watching. Bye.